A while ago, I bought these, the Gaerne Fastback Enduro boots. Now today, I am going to review these, but I'm also going to talk about why I bought these over the competition and why I bought these over a set of adventure boots. G'day everyone, my name is Curtis and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps grow the channel. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you don't, hit that dislike button and make sure you leave a comment. All right, let's talk about boots. My last pair of boots was these, the O'Neill Sierra adventure boots, and frankly, I've really liked them. I know adventure bike boots are getting a pretty bad rap lately, but I found these to be fantastic. They've been comfortable, they're good in wet weather, they allow great feel, and I did some stupid stuff off-road in them, and I don't know whether I'm lucky or it's just how the boot works for me. I never got any injuries. But when it came time to replace these, I wanted to get something a bit more off-road orientated. I mean, most of my riding is off-road based adventure bike riding, and I knew I wanted to get a dedicated dirt bike, and I wanted to get a boot that could double for both bikes. And that's where these came along, the Gaerne Fastback Endurance boots. Now they're kind of a cross between an MX boot and an adventure bike boot, definitely skewing more towards an MX boot. I mean, looking at them, you're like, that's just a dedicated off-road boot. Gaerne had designed these to be kind of an all-day boot. You can wear them adventure bike riding, dirt bike riding, or even on the motocross track if you wanted. And have a look at this sole, everyone. This is the Enduro sole. Chunky, and it gives you a lot of grip off-road. Feature-wise, we've got full grain leather, lightweight class, and they are metal as well here, and they're all replaceable. Speaking of replaceable, the sole is, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that feature. We've got a hard plastic shin plate, and also on the front here, this is kind of toughened plastic. Here, we got suede leather. That helps you just grip onto the bike a bit better. And this, we've got a wraparound pivot point that provides movement and also protection. I paid about $450 or $470 for mine. They are a bit more usually. I got them on sale. I have to say the build quality is absolutely fantastic, and I don't think there's any reason why these won't last a long time. Right, let's talk about how they fit and how they perform on the bike. I'm a size 43, which is a size 9 US, and these are 43 and they fit spot on, so they are true to size. Now, first wearing these was a bit of a shock after wearing my cushy adventure bike boots for a while. I rode my V-Strom 800 and I went out and I was like, oh wow, I have to kind of raise the lever up a bit and get used to the gear changes, and there just isn't as much feel and maneuverability. There is still a bit in this pivot point here, but not as much as those softer adventure bike boots. It took me a while to get used to it. A couple of missed shifts, I was struggling with the rear brake lever. I have a bit of a toe out, and I've been working on it, trying to get it in, but getting the rear brake on my V-Strom is quite far in. I was locking up the rear a bit and just didn't quite have the feel. Now, after a big day of riding, I did get used to it, and now I'm pretty well used to it. You know, I think they're really good on the bike. Just if you're coming from a cushy adventure bike boot, these are going to be a bit of a shock to the system, but you will get used to them. Now, safety-wise, I've had no issues at all. These are like tanks. They are fantastic. I've had some big hits of these and never had any issues. The pivot's good and that doesn't go too far back, so you're not going to damage your ankle. Sideways is absolutely fantastic, and you can see that this big plastic retention part is on there as well, so you're not getting that lateral movement, which is where you get a lot of injuries. One thing worth mentioning is the buckles. Fantastic that they're replaceable, but they have come undone a couple of times. On my first ride, I thought, oh, maybe I just didn't click it in properly. Next ride, same thing happened even after I tried to make sure they were clipped down, and then it happened again in the ride after. I have tightened my boot a little bit, which seems to have helped, but they still get caught up on stuff or something like that every now and again, whether it be a stick or a bit of grass or bush or something, and it's knocking it undone. I will keep an eye on that. Maybe these could just be that little bit more positive and clamp shut that bit tighter. Now, moving on to the suede side, these do offer really good grip and feel. On this side, I had no issues with that. And the sole, fantastic, guys. You have to go with the Enduro sole nowadays if you're doing trail riding. It's just a great feature to have. I mean, for me, you help a mate or you get stuck in mud like I do, You walk out, you drag your bike out and not fall on your ass straight away. These are fantastic. Word of warning, they're not waterproof. I'd say they're water resistant. So if you're riding in showers or on and off rain, you'll be fine, or doing the odd water crossing, no issues. However, if it's pouring rain or you're doing a lot of water crossings, you're gonna get wet feet. So why did I buy these over the competition? And there's a lot of competition out there nowadays, guys, in this kind of mid-range style boot. I looked at the Alpine Stars Tech 7 Enduros. They were top of the list as well. Then there's a Tech 3 Enduros, and there's a couple other brands that do similar boots too. Ultimately, I chose these because I thought the build quality looked a bit better and it has that replaceable sole, and I wanted a boot that would last a long time. I mean, I'm not a rich guy and I want things that last and are gonna do the job for me, and I think these should do a really good job. Not to say the Alpine Stars wouldn't, I just thought this might be a better option. And looking online, there was a couple of people who sell both. They said, look, both are great boots, but they're gonna give the slight edge in build quality to the Gaernes. So are the Fastback Endurance Enduro boots worth your money? I think they are, guys, even at full price. They're comfortable, they got good features, everything's replaceable, they got the replaceable sole as well, and they should last you a very long time. So I've got a couple of questions for you guys. First up, do you rate adventure bike boots, or do you prefer a boot like this? And what boots are you wearing? If you haven't, click that subscribe button and keep it on the back wheel. Catches.